Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's live session. So, guys, let's quickly take a look at some of the latest happenings on the political space in Nigeria. We want to start with this headline that says many Yoruba monarchs are now fleeing their palaces over fear of being either kidnapped or dead. Guys, this is the reality Nigerians are facing today. You can see this headline here says breaking at least 30 at least 30 Yoruba monarchs flee palaces after bandits abduct 11th Oba, guys. After bandits took 11 Obas out of their palaces, either they were kidnapped or they were, killed in the course of them attacking the palace. Guys, this is what is happening. You know that in the southwest, these terrorists have either kidnapped or killed 11 obas, 11 monarchs, 11 of them. And this 11th one that just happened, that they kidnapped the oba and shot at his wife, has triggered fear among the Yoruba leaders. Now, at least 30 monarchs have fled their palaces for fear of being either kidnapped or killed by these terrorists. Now, what does that tells you? They are all scared to call out Tinubu. They are all scared. Nobody is picking up. Look at the whole southwest. Their children are in the bush. I mean, little children, as young as 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, they were all kidnapped from kindergarten and from a secondary school and taken into the bush. Until now, you don't hear those strong voices coming out to condemn it and call out Tinubu to go fix the security challenges in Nigeria, guys. This is really so pathetic. Don't forget that recently the Ooni of Ife was seen in a video telling the Babalawos in Yoruba land to use diabolic means to fight insecurity because they've lost hope in Tinubu. They've lost hope, in the APC leadership. People are now resorting to self-help. But as it stands now, the worry is that the Southwesterners are said to be very quiet over terrorists taking over their bushes. They are even sacking the emirs from their palaces. People are scared. The chiefs are scared of staying in their palaces. And that is what it is today in Nigeria, guys, under the leadership of Tinubu. Now, I'm going to show you more headlines. The very dark man and his team have also arrived Ibadan. They are in Oyo State currently to demand the release of those children who were kidnapped in Oyo State. Like the very dark man said, if they cannot, that he would like to lead, for Nigerians to enter the bushes and go to rescue those children. Many people have also argued why on the day of that kidnap, why is it that many people were just silent, as in even the youths of Ibadan could not even enter the bushes to go rescue their own people, guys. They waited until these terrorists were able to take these people far away from where they were kidnapped. And up till now, the whereabouts of those children are still unknown to many Nigerians. Nobody knows where they are. So the very dark man arrived Oyo State today, like you can see. Bandits must go, terrorists must go. Very dark man alongside Oyo State resident currently protesting over abduction of school children and teachers, calling for their immediate release. So you can see these people have really sacrificed a lot. Many of them came to Oyo State by flight because people are afraid to go through land, to go by land, guys. This is it. You know what it means to get all this population to Oyo State. It must have cost them millions and millions and millions of naira, but they are doing it for the love of the country, like somebody said, guys. So these are the ratters. They are currently in Oyo State protesting. But guess what? All the protest is falling on deaf ears. Nobody's paying attention, guys. Nobody cares, because if they cared, by now they are supposed to have told us the whereabouts of these children. But these children, is more than 1 month that they were kidnapped, guys, and till today we don't know what has befallen them wherever they are being kept by the terrorists. This was the moment the very dark man, alongside his other team members of Oyo State, at the airport, they were welcomed by some schools, children, guys, who came to the airport to welcome the very dark man. So that's the very dark man walking towards the teacher and the students to like say hello to them. Guys, we must applaud these people because it's happening in the north. The northerners are silent, the terrorists are taking over, driving away the Hausas, guys, driving away the Hausas, and then, you know, taking over the north as if it belongs to them. So you can see the children were happy to see the very dark man. So after he greeted them, they now headed to their point of convergence. From there, they now took to the streets to protest for the release of those innocent. When I mean innocent, I really mean innocent children who went to school just to be able to have a better future, to study and have a voice tomorrow, only for them to be kidnapped, guys. It's really pathetic. You know, this one said the movement has started in Ibadan, led by a very dark man himself. All road leads to Iwo Road now. So that was where they all met at Iwo Road, where the protests actually emerged. So this was a very dark man addressing them. Like you can see here, it says, anybody wey them send come to scatter this protest, I swear he's swearing to God, which I don't do that. We go beat you, die. The reason why we are here today is because we were not, or we are not. What happened to these children will not okay. As in, if we were not there, or if we were there, what happened to these children will happen to another person. The bandits want to take over our country, and we won't allow them. Very dark man in Ibadan. Everywhere is pumped up. So the very dark man, actually, before he even left Abuja, he has already said that the Sheyi student union leader, you know, there is this student NANS leader who is allegiance to Sheyi Tinubu, that he planned to come and scatter this protest in Ibadan. So, and you know, now very dark man is going, he goes with all these Akpobi friends or Akpobi Rate members. So he already sent a message before he left for Ibadan that he already has information that NANS wants to come to Ibadan to come and counter protest, you know. So he said if they interfere in this protest, that they are going to beat them. So you can see that they are all ready, and that's why he's publicly making the announcement that if they come to disrupt the protest, they will be beaten.
Anybody with a stand, make it go scatter this protest. I swear to God, we'll beat you, die. I will advise you to send you to come and scatter this protest. Just go home because we're going to beat you, die. That's number one. Number two, the reason why we are here today is because if we don't gather here today, what will happen to those children, and that teacher will happen to another person? I will tell you for free that very soon they will collect Nigeria for our hand if we don't start now.
So this is it. The very dark man and the Ratters are in Abuja. And this one here says the Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the arrest of activists and presidential candidate of the AAC, Omoyele Sowore, following his failure to attend his trial. We all know that Sowore is a friend to the court. So this one, he couldn't make it, and they are threatening to arrest him, guys. That's Nigeria for you. Very dark man has just arrived in Ibadan in the first time in his life, for the first time in his life. That's a very dark man. The moment they were seen at the airport before they headed for the protest that has already begun in Ibadan. Now, Tinubu government asks to stop granting amnesty to so-called repentant Boko Haram terrorists, guys. This is it. The Fulani terrorists, the Boko Haram terrorists, the Lakura terrorists. We have like how many of them? I think whether there are even more than 20 different terrorist organizations operating in Nigeria. You know, these terrorists, when they are driven from other countries, Nigeria is their heaven. They come here, they feel comfortable because they believe that nobody is really tough on them. That's why we have, can you imagine for how long we have fought against Boko Haram, and still they are wasking strong in this country, guys. Now they have two factions. They have the ISWAP, they have the Boko Haram. Then you now also have Lukarawa, guys. All these, they are like the same, but they have different leaders, guys. This is what is happening in the country. Now, Tinubu's government is being asked to stop granting pardon to these terrorists because it's definitely going to, boomerang, like we've seen. It's already boomeranging in Nigeria, guys. That's what we are seeing today. Now, this is it. This is still Oyo State, where the protesters have gathered. Ibadan people have started to gather at Iwo Road, waiting for very dark man to land so they can kickstart the protest. So this was the moment before the protest actually started. And we must say a very big kudos to them, guys. Even those of them that have been protesting for some time now. Although we've not seen those that really have voices, like some of the leaders, call it business leaders, call it political leaders. Nobody is speaking up for these people, Now, INEC, this Amupitan, let me show you his face. This man is being dragged. Nigerians went to INEC office to go and register for their PVC, only for them to be handed death certificate form to fill. Death certificate. As in, if you don't look critically, you will not even know you are signing up for death certificate. People were filling the form only for them to finally observe critically and now notice that, this is death certificate form. Why are you giving it for people to fill? So you feel, you go home, you relax thinking that your PVC is on the way, only for you to be told later that you have not even registered. And at the end of the day, you might end up not even knowing that you filled the wrong form. Guys, the criminality in Nigeria is next to none, guys. Can you see it? This, let's say, INEC gave death certificate form to fill and sign in the name of voters registration form. Man, raise alarm, guys. You can see possibly some people have already filled this form and gone. People who weren't observant have filled this form and gone before others actually notice what is happening, guys. The level of criminality in Nigeria is next to none. Now, talking about criminality in Nigeria, you must have heard that Akpabio is being accused to have forged to have forged signature for those who signed for Natasha's suspension. I mean, Natasha was suspended. Some of the signatures that they said they claim to have gotten support from other senators to suspend Natasha. Now it is being discovered that some of those senators did not even sign their signature. It came as a shock when they now presented their names. Their signatures were already there, so they didn't even know. But because now in the Senate, you talk, you die. All of them kept quiet. Now, Oshomole attended an interview yesterday where he was now saying that that some of the people who supported Natasha's suspension, they weren't the one that signed the form, meaning that Akpabio knows how he got the signature. It says 3 senators' signature on Natasha's suspension report were forged by Akpabio. Oshomole alleges, guys. This is the criminality happening in Nigeria. Like you saw, Mupitan INEC chairman is giving out death certificate form for people to fill for PVC, while Akpabio is said to have forged the signature of people who supported Natasha's, suspension during the time that they were having all those chaos, guys. This is it. INEC in disgrace as officials hand death certificate to voters, voters registrants. That is the same thing. This INEC, they want Tinubu to win at all costs. So whatever they can do, they want to do it to frustrate Nigerians. Now, this young guy was kidnapped in Zamfara State. As police went there to battle the terrorists, the guy was able to escape, guys. So these terrorists, they don't even care whether you're a young person, you are old, you are middle age, they don't care. They are ready to kidnap anybody. Tell me what they will be doing with this young guy in the bush, guys. These are Hausas being displaced by Fulanis. The Fulanis are coming in. They want to claim the land belonging to the Hausas, and the only way they can do it is by violence, killing and kidnapping and destroying, maiming, burning, and all that. This is what they are doing. Now, this headline is according to report, police rescued kidnapped victim after fierce gun battle with bandits in Zamfara. Police operative in Zamfara State have rescued a kidnapped victim who escaped during a fierce gun battle between security personnel and armed bandits. In the Anchor axis, security sources said the victim was earlier abducted from Dansadao community in Maru local government area, but regained freedom after sustained pressure on the kidnappers. During the exchange of gunfire, the victim and one of his friends reportedly took advantage of the chaos to escape, meaning to escape from captivity, meaning that some of them couldn't make it, guys. Only him and one of his friends were able to run away. And, we thank God that at least his life is safe, guys. Now, look at these people. They are all still in captivity. Do you see them? See their faces? Very old men that the terrorists are keeping in captives, making photo of them. See them in chains. Hi, God. Guys, sometimes I'm just wondering, how did this, I don't know if these Fulani terrorists, they ever had time to spend with parents, because I'm just wondering, how dare you do this to men of this age, guys? See old men being left in captivity, and this person here say, I know they are not your relative, but speak up for them. They are still in captivity, guys. The men are always so, treated so harshly by these terrorists. You can imagine these old men are in chains, guys. They are in chains so that they won't run away. That is why they use chain to chain them. Guys, I'm just wondering, where is this forest where these people are being kept that our security officers cannot even go to, set them free? Now, Isaac Fayoshe has brought up another topic, talking about Nigeria and why insecurity is not going to end anytime soon. Let me show you what Isaac Fayoshe said in this video. He said, Nigerians, you know why banditry, kidnapping, Boko Haram, terrorism cannot end in Nigeria is because the country is lawless. There is no law. There is one law for some people and another law for others. We were all here 2 weeks ago when Lere Olayinka, in conjunction with INEC officials, assessed and published private documents from INEC records. Up till now, no action has been taken, and he's still walking free. In a lawful country, Lere will be in jail by now, Isaac Fayoshe, and we all know. Now, we case aid, Lere Olayinka accessed someone's private information, guys, and when he was further interrogated, he said an official in INEC gave it to him. Guys, that is how they are messing up with your data. That's why people don't trust giving their information to Nigeria government. Sometimes people are skeptical about making their NIN or their BVN just because you are scared of who has access to your information. And that is actually what is playing out here. You can imagine if Nigeria was to be America and you have somebody like Elon Musk, who is now a trillionaire, and then his information with INEC is being given to an ordinary citizen, not even somebody who has a very strong position. This like we case servant having access to information coming from INEC, guys. And he said it was given to him by an INEC official. And as it stands now, neither him nor the INEC official has faced any charge or, or being taken to court and all that. None of them. Although Ike, the guy whose information were leaked, has come out to say he is going to court. He's going to court against Lere Olayinka and also against INEC, possibly because he has waited for action and he couldn't see any action coming from neither the DSS or any of the authorities that is responsible. So he has taken it upon him to go to court to go and iron it out there at the court, guys. So that is it. So you can imagine, as we are talking about the cabals, we're also talking about Amopitan. This man is not qualified to be INEC chairman. All this while the server in INEC has been down. People will go to register for PVC. They will tell you no network. They will tell you server is down. In a whole day, they can contribute. They can attend to only 2 to 10 persons, while they have more than 100 persons waiting. They will ask you to go. In which country do you a kind of advise or encourage people not to participate in election? It's only in Nigeria. They will frustrate you because the youths are tired. So the only way Tinubu is working now is to use INEC to make sure they disenfranchise many Nigerians. You will not be able to vote on that day because you didn't have time to go to INEC to do your PVC. Or you went to INEC, you were frustrated the first day, the second day, the third day, you decided you are not going again. After all, they are not paying your house rent. But at the end of the day, you are going to suffer under the policy of whosoever that gets there. That is what is currently happening in Nigeria. Now they are handing over death sentence form to people for people to fill. Now, after the news that court has mandated, INEC to deregister the ADC, Peter Obi reacted, saying the kind of laws or rulings that we are getting from the Nigerian court is going to discourage investors, where rulings are just made just to target opposition. There's no trust in the country because one judge will just come. The way he will even do his ruling, you know that this judge is either working for Wike or is working for Tinubu. Guys, the judiciary has been hijacked, and all of a sudden they are beginning to see fault with the ADC. Anyway, Peter Obi sensed all these things in time. He knows that they were going to do things like this, and that's why he kukuma left them. Now, it says presidential candidate of the NDC, Peter Obi, has criticized the Federal High Court ruling ordering the deregistration of some political parties, warning that any act perceived to undermine the independence of a key national institution could have far-reaching consequences for Nigeria's democracy and economy. Obi argued that strong nations are built on credible institutions that operate independently and enjoy public trust. He cautioned that weakening confidence in the judiciary could erode faith in the rule of law and discourage investment at a time when Nigeria needs economic growth and stability. Reflecting on past concerns over judicial independence, Obi stressed that investors can't navigate security, policy, and market risk, but are often deterred by uncertainty surrounding rule of law. Guys, you know what Peter Obi is saying, and perception of a political interference in court. So Peter Obi is nailing it. He's hitting the hammer on the head of the nail, because you cannot just be giving rulings because you are scared the opposition will oust you in 2027. And the only strategy you have is to look for how to cripple every other political party that is outside of your own party. That is what Tinubu has displayed, and that is what you are seeing happening today, guys. They know they don't have anything to tell Nigerians why they should vote for them. The only thing they need now is to rig the election. And one of the ways to rig the election is to frustrate political parties. You know what will become the fate of all those who have bought forms for governorship, House of Reps, and Senate in the ADC. If the court actually, if INEC goes ahead to deregister the party, you know what will happen? Those people will not be effective in the campaign for 2027 because they've lost their candidacy. So it will also slow the opportunity that opposition has to oust Tinubu. So Tinubu just want to cripple people. People out of frustration may even not come out to vote. You know what that means. So that is actually what Peter Obi is saying, that all these reckless rulings coming from judges just to please Wike and Tinubu, possibly because they were given houses and cars, it's not going to help Nigeria. At the end of the day, Tinubu is going to suffer. He has been traveling to go and bring investors. Tinubu can't boast of one investor he brought from France or wherever. People are running away because of the instability in Nigeria, the kind of judiciary we have. So many things are influencing why Tinubu has resorted to borrowing, because they can't create wealth from the country, even though we have the largest population. When you talk of Black people, Nigeria is at the top, guys, but we cannot use our population to be creative and make money, guys. Look at our youths roaming the street, joining Yahoo boys. Some of them are running mad and doing all kinds of things because that energy could not be channeled properly, guys. That is what we are seeing. Even these Fulanis, even though they are coming from other countries and coming into Nigeria, if Nigeria was a busy environment, they will not have any option than to learn a skill and start practicing it, even though they've not learned it before. You know, if we make our forests to be human being free, let it just be for animals to live in. And then we have our trees, because we need trees, you know. We cannot cut down our trees and burn on all our bushes because of terrorists who have invaded our forests. We need our forests, guys. You can imagine if Nigeria is a very creative environment and Tinubu is really ready to fight insecurity, guys. Nobody will be seen in the forest. I mean, the law will be, you don't have, but look, these Fulani have set up their houses in the forest. I showed you guys the video that the police dismantled yesterday, the hut of Fulanis inside the forest. They will go and set up their huts, put their wives and their children there. But during active moment, they will go and kidnap and go and hide their victims elsewhere. And we come back in the night to sleep in their community and call it their community. So when you see them there, you would think they are normal human beings like you, but you don't know that their business is just kidnapping, guys. That is what is happening. So here it says, we are not asking the right question in Nigeria. Which bank are the terrorists using to credit people online? Terrorism in Nigeria has full backing and support of the Nigerian bank industry. So that's what this guy is saying, that for the fact that these guys, when they collect this ransom, they will come to TikTok, do giveaway, and actually credit people's account. Where are they? Which bank are they using?
One of the reasons why I dislike Nigeria and Nigerians as a whole is that we will see white, we'll convince ourselves that it is black. We'll see red, we'll be convincing ourselves that this thing is blue. Everybody, they blame Nigerians. Why you go they collect money from terrorists? Terrorists, they do give away, they send account number. Do you know that the money you are collecting is blood money? This one, that one. Nobody, they ask the most important question. Nobody, they ask the most important question. These terrorists, where they send the money, where people win for giveaway, which bank do they use? What banks are the terrorists using to credit Nigerians that are winning giveaway? Why is nobody asking the most important question? Why is everybody blaming the poor people for dropping their account number? When you deliberately impoverish your citizens and keep them in abject poverty, distribute multidimensional poverty across the country, you are blaming them for winning giveaway from terrorists. Nobody's talking about the banks that the terrorists are using to credit these people. Nobody's even talking about the bank account, the people that are winning giveaway, the ones that the accounts that they receive the money. Nobody talk about them. Bankers are shielded from the terrorism in Nigeria as if they are not major contributors or perpetrators. If somebody send me money when my own, bank they will lock my account. Tell me make account proof saying I me get the money. For terrorists, they use bank account, they transfer money, give people where they win giveaway. The whole banking industry for Nigeria not to trace where the terrorists they. They don't work with police to tell us where terrorists they. Now they blame poor people. Now poor people, now they only suffer for all of now blame for this life. The worst crime you can commit in Nigeria is not to be a terrorist, it's to be poor. Why now they submit account number for giveaway? You doesn't have blood money. The banks, they are major perpetrators in this insecurity in Nigeria. Even all the cash money where they carry go give terrorists. So are you telling me that the bankers don't put something inside, put chip, or put something where they go to trace where that money go? We don't lie to ourselves finish for this country, and we'll go wake up. If anybody tell you say APC no get solution to terrorism for Nigeria, they lie give you. APC has the solution, but somebody in the government is benefiting from the insecurity in Nigeria. They are benefiting from the insecurity in Nigeria. That's why they are not saying anything. Now poor people now on they blame now. Why poor people will they send account number? Now blood money. So the police now, the whole of Nigerian DSS and everything will be saying small thing where person go talk now, they'll come pick person. They don't fit trace where all those money go. The people won't give away, don't fit trace their account, trace where those money from come. The bank where they take, when I stop this nonsense, so I go open bank, I go submit passport, submit BVN, submit NIN, submit everything. You tell me the terrorists, they open bank account for this country. Nobody, they don't submit any document. So I don't want to stop all this nonsense. That's what they make me invest. When I'm Monday morning with you.
So guys, you have heard it. I think what he said makes a lot of sense, guys. Because tell me how they will tell us that they don't even know where these terrorists are. But you could literally see that these terrorists can be traced. You know, in Abia State, they kidnapped two persons and the youth swung into action, were able to track them, got those terrorists, handed them over to the police, guys. We don't know if they are going to, you know, take them to court or not. That is left for them. But at least they were able to rescue the victims. And now people are arguing. You can imagine if Oyo State youths had entered the forest when these children were kidnapped that same day, as in, you know, because they were kidnapped during school hours. This thing happened in a broad daylight, but everybody is just so quiet and all that. Okay, now there are information out there that the terrorists were saying pay it to an account in Benin Republic. Has anybody gone to make investigations to even know if those accounts, if there are accounts that could be traced? As in, there are a lot of things, guys, because we don't even know how these children are faring currently, wherever they are being kept. You can imagine staying without your parents at that tender age for how long now? More than 1 month, guys. So, like I initially told you people that the Yoruba leaders are vacating their palaces for fear of being kidnapped after an Oba or a monarch was recently kidnapped while the wife was shot during that operation by the Fulani terrorists, guys. They invaded the palace, kidnapped the man, and shot his wife in the course of that attack just to instigate fear, guys, and they ran away with them until now, as I'm talking to you, this like 2-3 days ago, the man has not been traced. His whereabouts is still unknown. A 60-year-old man, guys, you can see Nigeria is becoming something else. Now, even in this community where this man was kidnapped, I think Osun State, you can't see them come out to protest. They are waiting for the very dark man. The very dark man will be going around Nigeria to go and speak up for people who are who were kidnapped, guys. That's not going to work. You can imagine if Osun State had come out to protest, you know, over the kidnap of this monarch. But what I see is political protest. I see people taking to the streets because the governor is facing some opposition. It's all about politics. Your people are being kidnapped. Your Oba in Osun State, your monarch was taken, no outreach, as in everywhere is silent. It is even we who are not even from the southwest that are blowing these trumpets, talking about it. But you will see the people that these terrorists, do you know how many kidnaps have happened in the southwest? If they tell you, you will shout. But Tinubu is in power now. Nobody can criticize him. If it were to be in the days of Jonathan, we saw many southwestern leaders, call it political leaders, call it religious leaders, call it all business leaders, call it all kinds of leaders. They took to the street to protest against Jonathan's incompetency, guys, you know, during Jonathan's reign. But now that Tinubu's incompetence was noticed from the day one of him coming into Aso, guys, nobody wants to speak up. Nobody. Like I told you, the only was telling the people to use Babalawo power to start fighting terrorism. What that tells you, he does not have faith again in the state. He believes that Nigeria cannot end this terrorism. They had to use diabolic power to begin to fight these terrorists, guys. This is it. Now, this is the son of the kidnapped monarch. It says here, the son of the kidnapped Bale of Aode Uria, Chief Adeniyi Adelana Uria, the traditional ruler of this community in Owo, local government area of, it's in Ondo, not Osun. It's in Ondo that this happened. Who was abducted at his home on July 13, today is 16, 3 days ago, by armed bandit, has narrated how the incident happened. Although the son spoke in Yoruba, which I'm not going to play it now, but he was just narrating how the terrorists came in and how they were able to pick his father, and in the course of that, they shot his mother and all that, guys. But as it stands now, the man's whereabouts is still unknown. Now, police have also released, the terrorists who came to Kogi State to kidnap during, was it JAMB exam or WAEC? There was this exam that students were taking, and these terrorists came to kidnap. So, like this headline reads, after the failed mass school kidnapping incident of June 10th, 2026, that's like 6 days ago, that led to the neutralization of the notorious bandit kingpin in Iluk Bunu, that's in Kogi State. The team leader, Brigadier General Karim Sidi, Commander 12 Brigade, and his team have successfully exhumed the body of the killed bandit kingpin for autopsy. So let me allow you to hear for yourself what the brigadier is saying as to why they came to exhume, to bring out the body of the guy that has been buried, guys.
Successfully exhumed the body of Bochujo. Inshallah, we're waiting for the helicopter to come and carry us so that we can recover back to our base. Those are the men that we used to exhume the body.
So I think the audio here is very poor. I don't know if you could hear him, but he was saying that they came to exhume the body for autopsy. So they want to verify if he's actually the person. So this is the kingpin they are looking for. So there's one they believe was buried there. He was killed. Maybe his men buried him there. So the general came and his team came to exhume his body, to bring his body out from the grave to go and do autopsy, so that they will be very sure whether he was the one they caught. You know, like many times the military will come and tell us that they've killed Bello Tuji. Before you know it, Bello Tuji will resurrect again. You will see Bello Tuji speaking on video. Before you know it, they will tell us they've killed him. And before you know it, Bello Tuji will still come out. So they actually want to take this dead body to go and do autopsies to be sure that this kingpin, because it's like this is a wanted person, to be sure he was the one killed, guys. That is what is happening. This happened in Kogi. You know, recently they went to a school and kidnapped school children. The vice principal was killed, and you know, as usual, Nigerians reacted to that video. So this American, I'm not going to play his video, but he's calling out the government over the reintegration. Why I don't want to play the videos, because it has music attached to it. But he's calling out the government for the reintegration of Boko Haram members when their victims are scattered all over the places in IDP camps, guys. That is it. So, like somebody will say, if they explain Nigeria give you won't understand it. Terrorists impose fresh levies in 26 Sokoto communities, demand payment before access to farm, abduct residents over non-compliance. Guys, this is the Caliphate Center. This is where the Sultan of Sokoto is. And all these things are happening under his own watch. Guys, you can hardly see the Sultan come out to, as in with all the killings happening in the plateau. They call the plateau North. When they are counting northern states, they include the plateau, they include Benue, they include Taraba, they include Nasarawa. But these are places where you go, you see huge number of Christians, like Benue, Plateau. These are like 90% Christians. But they really want to invade these places so that in years to come, they will totally become Muslim states. That is just the intention. So you can see the strategy they are taking. They come into the community, they displace the people, send them to IDP camps, and rename their community. Then the Fulanis will start living in those communities. So many of the taken over communities, the Fulanis have normalized their living in those communities now, while the original owners are in IDP camps. And the Tinubu's government has no program for these displaced persons. Now, these terrorists are waxing strong. Like in the Caliphate Center in Sokoto State, terrorists have this kind of power over the state. The governor is there. No, he doesn't talk. The Sultan of Sokoto is there. He's looking at all these things. Can you imagine that under the watch of the Sultan of Sokoto, 26 communities are to be paying these levies that the terrorists have imposed on them? And if you don't pay, you'll be kidnapped and then be dealt with. And at the end of the day, your people will still come and pay ransom, and ransom will be more than the money that you were supposed to pay as levy, guys. So this is the trauma some of these northerners are going through. So when we are even talking of some of the northerners, you know, the people who are going through this are the Hausas. They don't kidnap the Fulanis. They kidnap only. You can't see a Fulani victim of kidnapping. You cannot. Even one of the Fulanis in a video said that once you speak Fulede, is it Fulede or Fufulede? There's this language of the Fulanis that if you speak it, if they kidnap you and you speak it, they don't even want to know if your mother is a Fulani, your father is a Fulani. Provided you speak that their language, they will take you as part of them. They will release you. That they don't kidnap anybody that speaks. Just speaking that language, whether you originate from Fulani tribe or not, speaking their language make them believe you are one of them. So you owe them, as in they owe you that freedom of not being kidnapped, guys. That is it. So what they are doing is going to all these northwest states, kidnapping the Hausas, driving them away from their communities, making life to be hell for them, guys. That is it, so that they can leave the place and then they will automatically begin to live there. Nigerian troops kill terror campaign. That's the one I showed you guys, 15 others, foil plan mass adoption of WAEC students in Kogi. So that's the one we talked about. They were supposed to write WAEC and they attempted to kidnap them. So there was like gun battle exchange between them and the terrorists, which led to the death of their kingpin. So they now came and exhumed the body to go and be sure that it was actually the kingpin that they brought down. Now, this is Kenneth Okonkwo. Somebody say, how Kenneth Okonkwo probably felt when he heard that Atiku Abubakar's running mate is Rotimi Amechi. So I'm thinking that Kenneth Okonkwo actually wanted himself to be the running mate, guys. He would have really loved it. Even if he didn't win, him becoming a running mate would raise his profile. It will be another added advantage for him. But see now, when he now heard that it's Rotimi Amechi, Kenneth Okonkwo now withdrew his support for Atiku Abubakar. He said he's not going to support Atiku Abubakar on the basis of him selecting Rotimi Amechi as his running mate, guys. Now, this is Kwankwaso and his people. Kwankwaso has always enjoyed massive support from his men and women from Kanu State. He says today he is Senator Kwankwaso storm Getso Town, Gwazo, local government, Kanu State, mobilizing support for NDC and Obi. So when it comes to Kanu State, take it or leave it, it belongs to Kwankwaso. And one of the reasons why they say they are supporting him is because he invested so much in education. So that is why they love him unconditionally. So this person is still reacting to the 210 trillion naira that is missing from the NNPC as Akpabio is trying to shield the man who led the NNPC. And many people are saying, see, okay, let me just allow you listen to how this guy has analyzed it. I think he made a very valid point there.
Nigeria is on the verge of losing 210 trillion naira. 210 trillion, not billion, trillion naira. For context, the budget of Nigeria from 1999 till the year 2026 is just slightly below 300 trillion. I mean, the budget from 1999, 27 years and counting, is just slightly below 300 trillion. And only one agency of government alone, the NNPC, cannot account for 210 trillion naira. The Senate Committee on Public Accounts had called Mele Kyari, former GMD NNPC, to come and account for his time in office and the fact that the auditors of NNPC cannot account for 210 trillion. The auditors appointed by NNPC itself found out that 210 trillion cannot be traced in the accounts of NNPC. And all of a sudden, the former GMD NNPC, he's reported to have said that he's in Germany treating an unknown ailment. When they are in office, looting with reckless abandon, there is no unknown ailment. As soon as they are called to account, they develop unknown ailment. And then the Committee on Public Accounts wielded its authority by requesting that the former GMD NNPC that has been invited 9 times to come and account should be arrested and provided by the police in the next sitting of the committee, only for it to get to the General Senate, and the disgraced Godswill Akpabio-led Senate reversed that arrest warrant and in fact almost claimed that asking NNPC to account was an attack on the executive of Nigeria, was an impeachment of the integrity of the Nigerian government. So in a nutshell, I want you to watch this video from Comrade Adams Oshomole, this video from 2 senators in the Senate, and then make up your own mind. See you on the other side.
Mr. Chairman, this committee must have the courage, the will to deploy its powers as enunciated in the Nigerian Constitution and issue warrant, not tomorrow, today, and bring Mele Kyari, even dead or alive, in law. They will call habeas corpus. Even if he's dead, we want to see the body. And he will account. And you should say, here lies a man who died without accounting for his alleged crime that rose into trillions of naira. We are not talking of billions of naira. At the time when the country is borrowing money, we have huge sums of money that have not been accounted for. There are serious issues not raised by laymen, raised by competent auditors. And the man is joking. Where did he have the money to pay for his medical bill in Germany? If you order your leadership, end to exceptions, end to excuses, I was supposed to invoke our powers to order the arrest and of Mele Kyari and of the managing director of NNPC, both the past and the present. They are guilty of the same offense. Total disregard to the Nigerian Constitution and unable to account for the gross abuse of a major source of revenue, running into trillions of naira.
Those in support of the motion say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. Okay. So we hereby rule now that anywhere Mele Kyari, the former GMD of NNPC, be brought to the committee, should be arrested and be brought before the committee immediately. And also for clarity, we will raise the warrant and forward it to the Senate President, to execute. That is in respect of the first motion that we ruled.
We sat there on your orders to invite the NNPC to explain the numbers that amounts to about 210 trillion naira. And he had been invited over and over and over, about 9 times, as enumerated by distinguished Senator Waboyi, a principal officer of this house. And in all this 9 invitations, Mele Kyari, former group managing director, refused to show up. And the guy who spoke yesterday, the former chief financial officer, he was invited to explain the audit. I think it's an opportunity, Mr. President, to remind us that what you ask us to do, in accordance with the provisions of the Nigerian Constitution, is that NNPC auditors, not Senate auditors, NNPC approved editors, submitted a report that shows that they have not accounted for 210 trillion naira. I use the word accounted for. This is not my findings. They transferred this report to the Office of the Auditor General of the Federation in accordance with the extra provisions of the Nigerian Constitution. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation referred this to the Public Accounts Committee. Between the previous chairman and the current chairman, these people have been invited several times, and we did not have the benefit of seeing them.
Resolved to discountenance the purported warrant of arrest issued by the Senate Committee on Public Accounts on Malam Mele Kyari, former GMD of NNPCL, on Wednesday, 10th day of June 2026, and regard such as null and void. Those in support of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes of it. Yes, additional prayer.
So, guys, you can see what is happening in Nigeria. Now, Oshomole is really bold these days. You know, he also granted an interview session on AIT where he has been accusing Akpabio that, they see, this man's daughter, Akpabio's daughter, was given job opportunity by Kiari. So, no wonder he's trying to protect the man, guys. You know, Oshomole has just said it the way it is, that he's just protecting him, possibly because he gave his daughter, you know, job opportunity, and that is why he is allowing this criminality to exist. That the money that is missing is too much, 210 trillion naira. And recently we saw that Tinubu is going to ask for more money from a bank a day, I think Abu Dhabi or so. Guys, this is it. This is how they are using our money without accounting for it. And the Senate wants to sweep it under the carpet. You know, this man said, let's arrest this man, let him come and explain. Before you know it, the next day, the Senate said they are not going. They are not going to do that, guys. They are not going to do that. And that is why Oshomole is still going about blowing the trumpet that this man needs to be dealt with. He should come and explain to Nigerians how he was able to get all the money he's squandering outside of Nigeria. Now, Rotimi Amechi was Buhari's campaign DG for 2015 and 2019. Amechi brought this disaster on us. I think he is still working for Tinubu. What do you think, guys? Amechi, guys, these politicians, you may not even know what they are doing, guys. See, somebody can be in the opposition, but is working for the, the ruling party. That is just it. Because just tell me, after Amechi came out saying he will never, that he didn't pay for presidential ticket just for him to be VP, and all of a sudden, is it that they hypnotize him and he just accepted all of a sudden that he wants to become the VP to Atiku Abubakar, guys? Even though these two people, Atiku Abubakar and what is it called, Amechi, they know that it is the turn of the South. So you can imagine how Amechi now is the one supporting a northern candidacy in the era of the South. Hey, history will never forgive this man, because people are going to remember it, that while it was time for the South, he was the one that sabotaged it. Because guess what? Atiku has been in the search for a deputy. He couldn't find all the Igbo people he went for. They refused to deputize him. He couldn't. Amechi now, who was running helter-skelter, thinking he has something. This is the man that was comparing himself with Peter Obi. Now he has ended up deputizing, when they are running their mouth, blah, 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 blah. The same APC that destroyed this country, they brought in the terrorism. Look at how much is missing. Only in NNPC, the one we saw is 210 trillion. Let alone the one we didn't see. Let alone the one the accountants could not even trace, guys. The one we are seeing is 210 trillion. At least give it to us. Let's fix all our hospitals so that people stop going to India. Give it to us. Let's build road. Let's fix security. Let's set up even, oh my God, a lot to be done in this country. Look at our graduates are graduating without skills. They are not fit for employment. So many people keep saying the Nigerian graduates are not fit for employment, because you graduate, you don't have the skill. You have to go and learn it extra. Oyana, build skill acquisition centers in Nigeria. For where? The APC is busy borrowing and squandering. We don't have good roads. We don't have good anything in this country, guys. This man say Atiku calling Kenneth Okonkwo to be his SA media, to be his his SA media. This is how Kenneth Okonkwo is reacting when they say come and be our media. Kenneth Okonkwo will lambast them. Did I join the coalition to become a media spokesperson? Did I join the coalition to be your spokesperson? So, guys, from all indication, Kenneth Okonkwo was thinking he was going to deputize Atiku. So when he heard it was Amechi, he just kukuma say, Atiku, I withdraw all my support. I'm not going to support you again. So this still goes back to what we are talking about, the Senate. 3 senators' signature on Natasha's suspension report were forged. Oshomole is saying it. 3 senators' signature on Natasha's suspension report were all forged. Under Tinubu, forgery is no more a crime. And you must have heard that now. Now, the Senate, with all the criminality they are doing as a rubber stamp Senate, guys, They have removed all the hurdles that Tinubu is going to face, especially when it comes to his certificate, whether he forged it or not. The Senate has made it so easy for Tinubu now. Whether you forge certificate or you don't forge certificate is no longer a criteria for you to run for a political position. That is what the Senate added to this new electoral bill, guys. That is what they added. They say whether you forge them or you don't forge them. So as it stands now, even if you are into all kinds of criminality, you can come and become the president in Nigeria. But the Senate is now paving way for more criminalities, for more people who have criminal background to come and emerge as leaders tomorrow in Nigeria. That's exactly what it means, because they remove all the hurdles. So even when Peter Obi was saying that INEC should start verifying Tinubu's report to Tinubu's certificate now, not very soon they will tell us they don't have time, that the papers were handed in late and all that. Start it now. So immediately Nigerians started reposting it. The Senate in this last electoral bill now made it that even if you have forged certificate, it won't be a ground for you to be disqualified. So you can see that in Nigeria, criminality pays. Guys, you can see. Now, a bricklayer dies in Anambra police custody in 2024. Body kept in mortuary for 2 years without family's knowledge. That is that Nigeria, a place where there is no rule of law. You know, it will happen only in Nigeria. Will you keep a man in detention, in police custody, in prison, wherever, and then he died? You couldn't notify the family that this person under our custody has died. You went and put him in the mortuary and never contacted the family. You know, and the family will be thinking, but I'm just wondering, which family is it that your child, your brother, your sister is in prison for 2 years? You never looked for the person, only for it to be discovered now, after 2 years of dumping the body in the mortuary. And possibly when you go to some of this mortuary, you may not even see the dead body again, or you may see the dead body without the organs and all that. With all the things happening today in Nigeria, guys, a whole lot, guys, a whole lot. Now, this young man's life was just cut short because he's a bricklayer. Possibly they picked him somewhere and detained him for no good reason. Now, this Yoruba leader, it appears he's married to a Fulani man, a Fulani woman. He's the one that said, if you don't like Sharia law, you can convert to Christianity. And recently, he called the Fulanis in his community to his palace. And now this headline, I just saw it today, say Oluwo has granted 10 Fulani boys a new settlement in Iwo. He said he's their father and in-law. He asked them to behave well in Iwo. He said he married their daughter. Therefore, he will never chase them away. It's good. Law-abiding Fulanis, nobody is saying drive them away. What people are running away from is that kidnapping. Is that kidnapping and killing people, invading people's palaces and killing them. So these Fulanis are the ones he called to his palace. The other day he called them. I love it that he's telling them to behave well, because nobody will say, Fulani, leave our community if you are coming to build the community. You know, if you are coming to build a community, not to enter somebody's community, you are hiding inside the bush and kidnapping the people of the community. It makes no sense, guys. It makes no sense. So Elon Musk has finally made 135. Okay, he's now a trillionaire, and in one day he made 135 billion. He made that today. That's like yesterday/today, reaching a total net worth of 1.3 trillion US dollar. Guys, this is huge. I'm reading this just to encourage anybody out there. Like, there is story about how Elon Musk came to the United States almost empty-handed, but because he was determined and he had a big dream, he pursued it, and today see where he is, above every other person in the United States. I mean, somebody from somewhere in Africa went to the United States and decided to give up, decided to join the bad guys, decided not to join the bad guys, decided not to join criminality, but pursued his dream. And look at where he is now. He is at the top, above anybody, whether you are from Europe, whether you are from any part of the world, Japan, anywhere, China. I mean, this is like number one in the entire world in terms of money, wealth, riches, guys. This is it. He worked hard for it. He's not into politics. Like in Nigeria, people only depend on politics to make money just because they have to steal from others to make money, guys. I don't know. I am really, really so happy for him. I'm really, really so happy for him. So, guys, I'm going to be ending this session, but Oshomole also granted an interview where he was saying that he fixed insecurity. Peter Obi couldn't fix insecurity. And then this guy has replied him, maybe we'll have to watch this. Then I have another video from the very dark man that will watch and then call it a day. Just
to bring out the houses of kidnappers
start this video.
and so-called Bakassi boys.
Please, let's watch this video.
What were the four first major decisions that Governor Obiano took when he succeeded to be as governor of Anambra State? We saw the visuals where Governor Obiano was bringing down using bulldozer. I think he started it. Using bulldozer to bring out the houses of kidnappers and so-called Bakassi boys that got out of control. And Peter Obi could not fix security in Anambra State. He took the intervention of Governor Obiano, who took over from him, to begin to destroy the properties of those who he believed have used their crores for kidnapping, where wife kidnap husband kidnap wife, and ask the children to bring money. He got to that level. And Governor Obi, as he there was, I was a governor then, my state was safer than Anambra Obi.
All right, that was former governor of Edo State, Adams Oshimole, making blanket statements talking about the insecurity in Anambra State when Peter Obi was governor. And I will probably one more time talk about Seun Okinboloye and how he is nothing close to being a journalist. Because as a journalist, when you bring someone to your platform and the person is giving bare-faced lies, you should be able, that's why we're in the internet generation, you should be able to fact check that person in real time so that your platform doesn't become a platform of misinformation. A platform whereby anything that is coming out of them, nobody can take it serious, because all this man keeps to do is lie and lie and lie. Now let's talk about insecurity under Peter Obi. Let's look at the facts. How Anambra fared before, during, and after Peter Obi. These are based on facts. So Shimole talked about Bakassi boys and said Bakassi boys happened during Peter Obi, which is a very big lie. Bakassi boys were not in existence under Peter Obi. It was actually during 1999-2003 period of the former governor Mbadiniju, and the demolition of criminal houses actually started under Peter Obi. Here's the video for context, please.
Peter Obi, in the company of numerous heavily armed security agents, stormed the compound of a notorious criminal suspect, Olisa Ifejika, said to have specialized in armed robbery and kidnapping, to carry out an action that will linger in the memory of the people.
This state that the law that if your property is used for this criminal activity, the state will confiscate the property, will demolish the property, and this particular property represents the worst of it.
The demolition followed the arrest of the suspect and the recovery of assorted arms and ammunition hidden in plastic containers concealed behind the bungalow. The Anambra State Commissioner of Police said Mr. Ifejika had been on the list of most wanted criminal suspects in 2001 and linked to a series of high-profile crimes, including armed robbery and kidnapping.
The following arms and ammunition were recovered from an underground armory in his house. Number 1, 27 AK-47 rifles, 1 K2 rifle, 2 Type 06 rifles, 1 general purpose machine gun, 1 rocket launcher, 17 rockets, 6 pump actions gun, 3 den guns, 1 Beretta pistol, 13 rocket grenades.
The governor appears set to see the suspect's business empire crumble completely.
We will go after his businesses. We will go after the business of all that is involved in this business. I heard the place a hotel in Romania. When I get back to the office, I'm going to contact my senior brother in Romania and request Can hotel be saved?
The demolished structures comprise a bungalow, a two-story building, and an extended building behind the bungalow, suspected to be a cell where kidnapped victims were kept in custody. The building had initially been partly razed by the police during the operation that led to the arrest of the suspect. The police confirmed he was in his residence drinking at the time of arrest at about 8 a.m. on Monday, September 3rd. The suspect's father is a native doctor, while his mother is a petty trader dealing in women's underwear. Both are currently in police custody. Some of the villagers said the suspects started with petty pilfering, then to community theft, before going full blast on sophisticated banditry. They commended the government for the bold step taken to rid the state of crime.
We're indigenous of this very town, but we don't even know that this kind of thing is happening here. But since we have noticed, we are very happy to see the policemen, even the governor himself is here present, and the commissioner of police to witness what is happening here. So we are very happy.
Still, where government is like it. On insecurity, I really want to talk about what has to be done, how we can tackle insecurity in a serious government, and what I believe the man I support, Mr. Peter Obi, will do. This is what he has done or what he did as a governor in Anambra State. I'm telling this story because it is important Nigerians understand context, because we forget so quick. Prior to Mr. Peter Obi becoming the president of Nigeria, prior to Mr. Peter Obi becoming the governor of Anambra State, I can't even wait for him to become president. Anambra State used to be the most unsafe state in Nigeria. Like Borno State today, Yobe State today, all these places that you're having all this insecurity today were safer than Anambra State before Peter Obi became governor. Anambra was the most unsafe state in the country. It was a den of kidnapping, armed robbery, cultism, violent killing, clashes of all sorts of insecurity with domicile in that state. In fact, Anambra State has a record that till today is unbroken in Nigeria. Anambra is the only state in the country whereby a sitting governor was kidnapped. The governor house was burnt. No state has that history. And no state might probably have that history till Nigeria probably breaks up or something happens. Yes, Anambra State was that state. Chris Ngige was the governor before Peter Obi, and he was kidnapped. Anambra has so many powerful men. Godfatherism was thriving. Kidnapping was order of the day. Banks actually had a time they opened. Banks do not stop using bullion van. Banks started transporting money with helicopter because the roads were all unsafe. Anambra had a toga called Anambra Home for All. All kinds of criminality happened in that state. In fact, the Anambra State governor that came into power in 1999 said, I think he was the only governor that PDP did not give a return ticket, Mr. Mbatunuju, because of how disastrous he was as a governor. Unwanted killings in that state. It was so unsafe. PDP did not give that guy a return ticket. That was how Ngige became the PDP gubernatorial candidate in 2003 to replace the man. And Peter Obi was an APGA candidate and won the election and was rigged for Ngige to assume. But that's the story for another time. And Peter Obi came to power in 2006 after his stolen mandate, to recover his stolen mandate after 3 years, going to court back and forth and everything. And what did he do? How did he curb this insecurity? How did he turn Anambra State around? What was the status of Anambra State when he came? I've told you what it was when he came, what he saw on the ground. How was it during his reign, and how did he lead it? It's exactly the template I believe Nigeria has to implement on a grand scale if we want to move out from this insecurity. Peter Obi did so many things, and the easiest thing he did was community policing. He understood very well that insecurity or criminality in every locality is home-based. He understood that the criminals that are operating currently right now in Castina are people from Castina, are people from that locality. They know themselves. So he equipped the community from their kings, their royal heads. He made the community create their own vigilante that were well equipped by the government. Every community had their own truck, their own security outfits, their own telecommunication gadgets, their own ammunitions, and the same with direct line to the government and direct link to the military and the police. And they were all paid. And these community security vanguards were all indigenes of those communities. The bad boys in those communities were the ones that were drafted in because they knew themselves. And the mandate was that in any crime that happened in any community, the king would be held responsible. So there was a chain of command. Responsibility came in. As responsibility came in, The kings now knew if they do kidnapping for my community, now me they go come catch you. Him, you know, saying that this head of security will go catch. Head of security know the bad boys and they'll go catch. So that was how it was called. And immediately, what with a decree that any building or any house kidnapping is found, or kidnappers were found, or kidnapped victims were found, as the case may be, that house is automatically sealed and becomes government property. Until today in Anambra State, there are some buildings that nobody lives in anymore. They were demolished and marked because those buildings, either house kidnappers, were owned by kidnappers or house kidnapped victims. The once famous Evans the kidnapper that the whole Nigeria know, the most popular kidnapper in Nigeria, was once operating in Anambra State prior to the Peter Obi's regime. Peter Obi's regime was the regime that made Anambra so hot for me. He ran away from Anambra State. Where did he run to? To Magodo, Tinubu's Lagos, and found a home there. There was a place in Onitsha called the Apaka Forest. That forest was notorious for all criminal activities. That was a launch base, and from there they take off. That's forest today.
So, guys, even without much talking, the IG of that period, or the Commissioner of Police, declared Anambra as the safest state under Peter Obi's leadership. You can type it. Google is always there to back all these things. So, Oshomola is just trying to play politics. You know, election is coming. APC has nothing to campaign on, and all they've resorted to is start calling Peter Obi, because if they never call Peter Obi, their tweets will not make sense. If they've not called Peter Obi's name, their interview will not go viral. If they've not called Peter Obi's name, as in politicians in Nigeria are taking advantage of Peter Obi's virality. You know, when they come out to talk, they attack Peter. Just check all the people working for Tinubu. It's Obi, Obi, Obi. Because when you add Obi to your comment, Nigerians want to know what you said. When you speak about Peter Obi in your video, Nigerians want to know what you are saying. Peter Obi, you see Kenneth Okonkwo, how he went viral. If it was to be Atiku that he accused that way, nobody will be talking about it. But it is Obi now, just for the video to go viral. And he got the backlash that he didn't expect, guys. Now, back to the insecurity, the protest happening in Ibadan. Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, has addressed the very dark man and his team, which is very, very nice to watch. But before we get to the video, let me quickly show you what this guy said. Now, we are talking about elections are coming. APC is criticizing Obi that left Anambra as governor for how many years now? Maybe close to 15 years now. They are still talking about him. But see what Isaac Fayoshe is saying. Say election is in 5 days. APC government is busy sharing rights in Ekiti State instead of campaigning with their achievement. Ayo Fayoshe. You see, APC, check in all the states, all they are using is city boys. See, they have spent all the money they borrowed. Tinubu is giving them subsidy money. They are borrowing from World Bank, from IMF, and from UAE. See what they are using all your money to do. Taxpayers' money. Do you think Tinubu went to take his Alpha Beta money to buy this? No. They take taxpayers' money, the money they are supposed to build schools and hospitals and make Nigeria safer, you know, invest in security, guys. We don't have drones where in Nigeria today you can buy sophisticated AI drones, you know, that are cheap and can do the job well for you. Look at Ukraine using drone to fight a whole Russia that is like a world power. Ukraine is using just drone, you know, with precise targets. They are taking away their generals and destroying their weapons and all kinds of things. But in Nigeria, we give too much excuse. So this is it for Oshomole that is calling out Peter Obi. They don't even do anything for their state. All their solution is private.
APC, instead of them to be campaigning, they are stalling and they are sharing rice. APC, you want to budget? See them. Election in 5 days, they are busy sharing rice and vegetable oil. Ekiti people, if you collect this one and you vote for them, will this one last you for 4 years? What a government. Instead of you to do good for your people, to give them good roads, good hospitals, basic infrastructure, look, you are giving them food. APC in Ekiti. This bow now nonsense person. Why?
So an activist who also went to protest about, some people were kidnapped in Ekiti State. They are still in terrorists then, about 17 of them or so. They were kidnapped, I think, while they were in church. Till today, they have not returned. Now, there is an activist who have been going about, talking about the kidnap and all that. He was arrested and locked up in police custody. Possibly he's still being held till now, until maybe after the election, guys. That is what the APC knows how to do. Now, this is Governor Adeleke, and you know that his accord party risks being registered. Tinubu has also ordered the registration of this party because he has a lot of followers. Actually, the current Osun State governor, he has a lot of followers. And you can see this is his accord party, the party he joined after he left the PDP. And the court has told INEC go and deregister it. You can imagine when you are scared of the people. So this is exactly what Tinubu is afraid of. He just wants to be the only one on the ballot so that Nigerians will not have any other choice than to, vote for him. That is just the only thing. Tinubu wants to force Nigerians on himself. Now, the governor of Oyo State has addressed a very dark man with the protesters. Let's see what he has got to say.
That is our reality. However, let me give you the assurance that I am also distressed because I have children of my own. I'm also distressed with what has happened to our children. It has been 1 month. It was 1 month yesterday. 1 month and 1 day already. Because of the nature of the security situation that is involved, I cannot divulge a lot of information. But I can tell you that there's no information that any of those children or their teachers and because it is a rescue operation, and this is the first time anywhere in Nigeria that they've kidnapped people, abducted people, that they have done it. This is the first time they've done it to nursery and primary school children. This is the first time. And these are children that they cannot even run or do anything for themselves. So the operation to rescue them is a special type of operation. If you don't want to lose any of the children, I give you the assurance that I, as the governor of Oyo State, by God's grace, we will bring out those our children. They are talking to us. It's not something I would normally do. If government starts negotiating with banks, it means for federal sovereignty to the bank. But in this special situation, when those children are alive, we have to bend back. Once the children are out, I give you the assurance that it will not come back again.
So, guys, that's Governor Makinde. Although the audio sounds very bad, but he was trying to tell them that he's also working hard because he also has children. So he's not having enough sleep too. Himself, he's distressed, over that kidnap that happened in his state. Now look at the Fulanis. You see that this, well, I call them children. They are just young men, guys. See their faces. Young men that don't have any skill. They tell them go to Almajiri. These ones are rearing cows. The Hausas are in the city doing Almajiri education. At the end of the day, when they don't have skill, out of frustration, they carry arm. And then they come to collect money from people who have spent their years studying, or spend their years doing apprenticeship, or spend their years learning one craft or the other. Look at them, look at their cows. They use these cows and their sheep and whatever just for cover up. Their main business is just kidnapping, guys. I don't know if Nigeria can ever stop eating meat so that we know where the problem is coming from, honestly. Now, there are questions being asked as a result of this woman who was rescued by the Nigerian military. This is the wife to the general that was killed. Then she was also in captivity with all these other men. And Nigerians are asking, how did the military rescue only her alone without rescuing the other people who were actually in captivity with her? Is it that the terrorists came and handed them over this woman? Or was it like a gun battle, something that led to her rescue? And how come she's the only one that was rescued? Now, let me read exactly what this person here wrote. It says, the former Minister of Youth and Sport, Barrister Solomon Dalon, wrote, people of the North, don't be deceived. If it is true that Nigerian soldiers rescued the wife of General Rabe, are the other people who were held with her not human beings? I'm happy that she was said to have been rescued. But when I remember the other people who were with her, I feel unhappy in my heart. If you remember, when the terrorists released a video, there were other people seen being held alongside her on this side. So where are they now? Why has it not been said that they were also rescued? Indications suggest that perhaps there was no actual rescue, but rather that the armed bandits released her themselves. People should increase their prayers regarding the insecurity we are facing. May Allah bring us peace and protect Nigeria and its people. Now, guys, you can see even the forest where these terrorists are. I heard that there's this headline too that said the Nigerian military has gone to set everywhere ablaze there, where they suspected these terrorists might be hiding. They've gone to. So people now were now saying it appears the Nigerian army actually know that this is the terrorist den. They've known it for some time, and they don't even go there because they don't even want to go and as in my Igbo people will say, don't go and scatter the bee, something like that, before it comes back to sting you. So they didn't want to just go there to go and instigate any battle between themselves. The Nigerian military actually know. That's what Nigerians are now insinuating, that they actually know that this forest or this area or this environment, the terrorists were there, and they never did anything until this general was kidnapped. Now, when this general also was kidnapped, there were no much effort to rescue him, guys. These terrorists kept releasing photo of the man and the wife. Possibly they were waiting for the government to, initiate some form of dialogue or something like that. But nothing came, and the man was bitten by snake. The terrorists even made video showing the leg of the man, how bad it was. Nothing was done until the man died. The terrorists brought the body to the town and gave it and handed it over. Now, the Nigerian military suddenly woke up and went and started burning places. And why do we always react when the deal has been done? Why in Nigeria? Why is it that we don't prevent things? We just wait for them to happen and then we react? Because these are just reaction. After the man was killed, you now went to rescue his wife. Possibly she has been so traumatized, and before you know it now, they will say this one now passed on too. Because who knows how much is her BP, as in terms of how high her BP is. Guys, this is it. And then all these ones were also in captivity. Despite their age, these terrorists held them back. Held them back. And at the end of the day, their whereabouts is still unknown, as the wife of the general has been released. So this is still coming from, very So it's really a very big, good job that they are doing. The South African president has come out to say that they will not allow This man, I just see this man as a hypocrite. You can imagine having a president and he's so silent. These guys who have no job have been going around. You see them beating and even unaliving some people in the name of they don't want foreigners. They don't want foreigners. You see, the economy of South Africa will cripple because when you remove all the foreigners there, you know that the real citizens, they are not really that active in terms of businesses. The white people who came in there are the ones sustaining South Africa, if not for them. And then the African countries have come in, helping to build businesses and then employing the South Africans. But still, they say they don't want Africans. Now, the president is saying no South African should attack anyone from our sister African countries. They are doing this because other countries, some of them have started retaliating. You know, some of them have started retaliating. And that's why he's coming to say this now. Peter Obi praises Tinubu-led government for concluding the return of 100 Nigerians jailed in Ethiopia. Yes, 100 Nigerians are set to be returning home after Tinubu negotiated with the Ethiopian government. So we must applaud this. When they do the right one, we applaud. But we want insecurity in Nigeria to be ended because these people that return in Nigeria, now you may hear that maybe one or two of them kidnapped and died. The person would have wished he remained in Ethiopia prison than returning to Nigeria and ended up dying, guys. You may be going home now. Any of them returning to Nigeria may be leaving Lagos now back to wherever he or she came from, only for you to be kidnapped on the way. You even wish you remain in that prison and die there than coming to Nigeria and meeting your death in front of you. And then if it's the wicked terrorists, you know what they can do. They will flog the person mercilessly, chain the person. That is traumatize the person before the person dies. So it's not just releasing people who were imprisoned in Ethiopia. It's making Nigeria safe. Where are they coming back to? You leave prison, you enter the worst prison because there's nothing as worse as the insecurity we are facing in Nigeria today. So it's not just that you release the people. Where are they coming to? Nigeria that is like war-torn zone. Breaking news, very dark man and Rat movement stage massive end insecurity protests and shut down Oyo State, demanding the immediate release of 40 school kids and teachers abducted by bandits. That is what we have already seen, guys. You see, the crowd just keep growing, having more people joining them, and it's really a successful protest, guys. Tinubu must go, bandits must go, terrorists must go. You know, all kinds of criminality. Look at the youths in Nigeria. Nobody's channeling this energy. Do you know why the very dark man has so many people attending his protest? Because people are idle. You know, people are idle. The people are really idle, guys. That is why. Now, I saw this video and I felt, oh, this video is real. Now, these people are now coming to know that many Nigerians don't even know what is happening. Like this person say, 2027 election awareness campaign in a popular Kaduna market. Market women, men break down in tears after being shown videos of victims of insecurity, banditry across Nigeria, the beheading of Oyo State teacher and the school children in captivity. So they don't even know what is happening. Some of these market women don't even know, as in people leave their houses as early as 5 o'clock. They go to the market, they sell, they are coming back 8, 9, 10, they cook, they eat, and go to bed. The next day they leave. Some of them don't even know the level of insecurity we are talking about. Now take a look at this video. I don't know. There's music in this thing. I'm just going to let me silence this video so that, but you just watch and see him showing this woman, and immediately they see it, they begin to shout, as in, how is this possible in Nigeria? Some of them don't even know that people are being kidnapped. You know, it's like a strange thing to them. So this is to tell you why people sell their votes. People sell their votes because they don't even know how bad the government is. As these market women are now, tomorrow, when you give them 5K, tell me why they will not vote for Tinubu. You see, this one says she doesn't want to watch again. Tell me why they will not vote for Tinubu, guys. Just tell me. Tell me why they will not vote for Tinubu. Because they don't even know how bad the government has taken us. You know, they don't. So when you gather them now, you send somebody like Tinubu's daughter, who is like the head of the market women in Lagos. Send her to this kind of place and she drops 50 million for the entire market to share. They will vote for Tinubu without any, because see, they are raising their hands on their head. They have not seen these terrorism videos. They don't even know what's happening. And these are the people who are going to vote out the government. They don't know what is happening. So you can see, when you don't have information, how can you make decision? You know, that is it, guys. And that's why we owe ourselves a duty to sensitize people, to go out for this outreach, to convince people to get their PVC. Now, there's another protest happening somewhere in Kaduna State. You know, 37 Kaduna Christians were kidnapped by terrorists recently. Till today, they have not been brought back, guys. You know, being a Christian. Women, men, young girls, young boys, children, 37 of them were kidnapped recently. Their whereabouts still unknown. It's about 70-something days now, guys. We don't know if they are still alive. Now, this apostle, you may know him on Twitter. He went to Kaduna to join them to protest.
And there's no problem. We are here. We are going to the police station. The DPO has said that the permit was not taken from him, so he has ordered us to follow him. But our cause is just, our cause is righteous. A people that have been in captivity for 71 days. Brother,
So the man behind him is a police, maybe policeman also. He said the DPO has sent him that permission for this protest wasn't taken. Guys, these people are always quick when the citizens react. But when the terrorists kidnap, even in their front, in their presence, they will not do anything. Today, if you report to a police station that your person has been kidnapped, do you know what you'll be told? Go and pay ransom now and get the person out. Police cannot help you. Military cannot help you. Then if you want to protest, at least to lend your voice for the world to know what you are going through, you are not allowed again. Guys.
Going to the police station now, the DPO is saying that we should not continue with the protest, and there's no problem. But the world must know of the injustice in Nigeria. That people are in captivity for over 71 days, and the Tinubu government have neglected them. The police do not want us to carry out this protest. The police cannot go arrest the bandits. The police cannot protect the people. But now they're talking of rights. What rights? They're talking of rights. They're talking of right now. They're talking of what is on the right. But there are people in captivity for over 71 days, and nothing has been done. And in our community, everyone must be released. We are demanding accountability from the government. We are demanding that these people, these are family people, these are brothers and sisters of people, and we are calling on the government. The world must know. The UN must see this. The president of America, President Donald Trump, he must see of the persecution in Nigeria. Where there is no due process being followed, and we follow it. Where there is no security, where there is no protection of lives and property of the people. And this terrorists keep invading, destroying. People cannot go to their farms. People cannot go to their farms. People cannot stay in their houses. Therefore, we are calling on the government. There is a need for safety. Now they have shifted their attention there. How will you lead your citizens? President Tinubu, how will you lead your citizens in the deaths of kidnappers for the past 71 days? Are you not incompetent? Is that not incompetence? Is that not gross incompetence to lead the people that you swore to protect them, their life from poverty, and you abandon them in the deaths of kidnappers? The women are being raped, the girls are being molested, the men are being killed. How long will that continue? How long will that continue? The policeman and the DPO has come together, no problem. The world is seeing this. The world is seeing this. The world is seeing this. Our voice will not be silenced. Our voice will not be shut. We will not allow people to be dictators. There is no problem. We will follow this process. Look at people. These are families of people. And look at this. It cannot say everybody have abandoned them in the days of kidnappers. And we that have come to speak for them, to agitate for their release, they are coming to show more power here. You cannot show more power to go and release captives. You cannot show more power to go and deliver them from the days of Dnap. 71 days ago. And now, over 71 days, and now you want to come and show due process. You want to come and talk about legality. What's foolish legality? This morning, we are here, we will not stop. We will speak. The UN is watching. This is being streamlined. The American government is sinking. And so therefore, we will not stop. We will not be intimidated. We will not be subjugated. Injustice have prevailed for too long in Nigeria because of negligence of people. Incompetent every single man that they cannot protect them. It is a shame on you, President. It is a shame on all the service chiefs. It is a shame on all the security apparatus that you can come here now and come and be taking off the law on due process. But you cannot mobilize this way. He is mobilizing men to come and carry us. But you cannot mobilize men to go and deliver the country. Can you imagine?
So, guys, it's really, really so pathetic what Nigerians, the Southern Kadunas, are going through, guys. These people have been under attack. From the time Buhari came into office, it has always been there, but since Buhari came in, guys, the attack was too much. El-Rufai was the governor when it was back to back. Now, this new governor that came in, people were like, okay, I think that the attacks have calmed down. But recently, the thing now grew. You have seen how they invaded churches on Sundays. People are now scared to go to church in Southern Kaduna because they will just come and gather all the people. The terrorists will be outside the church waiting with their guns. And then they will enter and gather everybody in the church, guys. The last time they invaded, how many churches had they go and carried all of them into the forest? You can imagine both the pregnant and the ones that were breastfeeding, they packed everybody into the forest. This one now that they abducted 37 persons for 71 days, guys. This is 2 months plus, going to 3 months. They are still in terrorist captivity. Nobody knows if they are still alive, if they've beheaded all of them. Nobody knows. And the worst part is if you are a woman and these people catch you, because they have no self-control. They can sleep with animals. They sleep with women, kidnapped victims. They don't care. People who don't take baths, who live in the forest, they will come and say, oh God. I listened to a guy who had an interview session. He said if the terrorist kidnaps his wife and sleep with his wife, that he's not going to marry that woman again. Can you imagine? As if you are the one that told the terrorists, come on. Guys, sometimes I don't even know how to discuss all those gossip. This is not even a gossip news. I really saw someone who had an interview session, but his argument was, if the terrorist there takes his wife and sleep with that woman, that he will never again marry that woman. As in, because he can't imagine how such human beings who behave barbarically, who live in the bushes, they don't bathe, they don't clean, and then you will go into somebody's wife, guys. And the Hausa lady who gave an interview recently, she said they mess them up every day. Do you know what that means? They mess them up uncountable times without, you don't need to give them permission. And you know they are in groups. Guys, you may not have the understanding of what people are going through in terrorist den. And that is why we must hail people like Very Dark Man. Some people are calling him out for political reasons, which I don't understand. See, I'm a woman, especially when I see women in captivity. I just think, I just try to put myself in their shoes. I would like, if I was the one, what will I even be thinking? In short, I would just be telling myself, in short, I can't even stand all these guys. I can't. But this is what some people will go into this captivity and stay for days, months, like this one at 71 days. It's no joke, guys. And they are still in captivity. Now the police has no effort being put in to rescue them. And then people have come out to protest, at least to create awareness. Because you that is watching this video now, you never knew that this group now, they are not the only ones that have been kidnapped. Many of them have been kidnapped. Possibly they never returned and all that. But this one now is the latest one that they came and picked 37 persons. And these people are raising awareness. And the police is telling them they don't have the right. Because Obasani does not want his state to be seen to be portrayed as an unsafe state. While the people in Southern Kaduna are always under constant attack. Even though Christopher Musa is the defense minister, he's from Southern Kaduna. Reverend Coker is from Southern Kaduna. Many of these people are from Southern Kaduna. None of them is raising alarm to even set up a real vigilante or community police in that area of the state, at least to give, since these people are a target to the Fulanis, give them real security, very active, well-equipped security. Now, we are being told that we don't have enough police, we don't have enough military to police the country, and then we are also being told that we don't have enough weapons to police the country, and then the people cannot even be allowed to equip themselves for self-defense. And also, if you come out for protest, you are being asked, you don't even have the right to protest. Guys, this country will just mess you up. Guys, I said this country can just mess somebody up. And that's why this guy, I think he's based in Port Harcourt, but you can see he flew all the way from Port Harcourt to join this protest just to raise awareness.
They cannot comply with practice. So there is no problem. We will go. He has demanded we go. We will go. We are going. We are going. You said we should go. We are going to the station.
The man is ashamed.
We are going together. Every one of us are going together. Every one of us are going together. Every one of us are going together. We will go. We will go.
So he doesn't want them, he doesn't want the whole crowd to go there. You see the man on the road, he's the police agent that came to disrupt the protest.
Even the security men, their families are being ravaged by terrorists,
yes,
by bandits. And when they share what common cities are doing,
I love the audacity of this guy.
We will not be subjugated. All the time for silence and incompetence in Nigeria is enough. We will not allow ourselves to be subjugated by any people. Free our people! 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 And you can deserve justice. And you can deserve justice. Free our people! And you can deserve justice. Free our people! Free our people! Free our people! Free our people!
So guys, I'll be giving you updates on this protest. Let's see how it finally ended. So this was the time the very dark man addressed his own the people who followed him to protest. He says, we are ready to follow them inside the bush. We are not here to fight police, because we are here to fight. Okay, because if we are here to fight police, we'll definitely beat the police, but we are not here to fight them. We are here to tell them that we are ready to follow them into the bush where when they are ready. Very dark man at the Oyo State Government House this afternoon addressing the crowd. The very dark man says beating the police. Anyway, let me allow you hear from the horse's mouth.
Go. Because if we decide to fight police, we will definitely beat police. Oh yes! We are not here to fight. Let's follow them into the... They are not coming to fight police. Because if we decide to fight police, we will definitely beat police. Oh yes! We are not here to fight police. Instead, we are ready to tell them that police, when you are ready, we are here in this state. You want us to follow you. You are ready to do us. Yes, move back. Ready to follow them into the... They are not coming to fight police. Because if we decide to fight police, listen to me. Yes, is it fine? Yes. This is when I don't want problem.
Give me my.
This Oga is working with the government. And he has said that the governor is ready to see few of us.
Are you here for protest or you are here to fight?
When he said this, I say, should be nice security will talk. They say yes. But the good part is, all of us are going. Yes! Please, maintain decorum. Please, let's go.
So that was actually the moment someone, maybe Makinde's aide, came to tell them that the governor wants to see them. So we've already watched the governor addressing them. He said he's putting in his own effort to make sure the children return, guys. The question remains how long. But take a look at this statement here. It says, this is the same way the Chibok girls were kidnapped back then until today. Some of those children are still in the bush. If you leave these children for too long, they may even be married off by the kidnappers. That is why we came here to say enough is enough. If you are ready, we are ready to go into the bush and fight them. Very dark man speaking to your state governor, Sheyi Makinde, at the ongoing protest, which makes sense. The very dark man is saying, let's not wait for too long, because this was the same thing. Chibok girls are coming, Chibok girls are coming. Not all of them came. Majority of them that eventually came, they came with pregnancy or children, or they've given birth to 2 or 3 and all that, guys. So I think what the very dark man is saying makes a lot of sense, you know. The governor too has also accused the Tinubu's government for not setting up Amotekun. I'm trying to look at where he said it. He talked about why Amotekun is not working effectively. I wanted to see if I can see that headline. Sorry. I wanted to see if I'll see where the Sheyi Makinde talked about Amotekun. He said Amotekun would have saved what is happening now, but Amotekun is not properly armed, which also takes us to community policing. Set it up. Will the government be able to fund the arms that will be given to them? Currently, Tinubu is looking for more money. We don't know what he needs it for. Is it for campaign? Is it for in case if I don't come back? Is it for what? Tinubu does not really want to spend much, but he wants to get more money, maybe from IMF, from wherever. We don't know where they want to channel that money, guys. That $5 billion that he's asking for. Now, Kyari, the man from NNPC, is being asked to come and explain 210 trillion naira. And some of the APC cabals are protecting him. They say, no, he shouldn't be arrested. So you see how APC is destroying the country. Can you imagine using that 210 trillion naira to set up a real security outfit in Nigeria that is going to help to comb the forest and drive away these terrorists? You know? Now take a look
fellow
at
countrymen and women. I'm here to address you once again in the course of our nation's history. I'm here to address Nigerians, especially on my brother and friend, the former governor of Anambra State and the former vice presidential candidate of our political party, Peter Obi. Peter Obi is one of the finest Nigerians who is intellectually mobile and administratively sagacious. He's a great Nigerian, and by the grace of God, he has the potential of being a great president. I celebrate you, Peter Obi, and I celebrate your movement for a new Nigeria. I celebrate your conscientization of the Nigerian youth and public on governance and building a new Nigeria. So I want to say, it is time for us to think. I encourage the crusade, the movement started by Peter Obi to continue. Move from campus to campus, move from community to community, move from one.
So this is not a new video, Sha. I think he made it while Peter Obi was still in the NDC. But this person is trying to say, did Dino Melai just endorse Peter Obi in this video, or am I dreaming? I think this is not a new video. This was made while Peter Obi was still in the ADC. But you can see he's still pointing to the fact that Peter Obi is somebody who can be, can lead this country to progress. That is just what it is. Everybody knows that. Now here it says, okay, police stopped a young man in Kaduna to check his phone. Somehow the phone ended up missing. Chaos followed. Can you imagine that police stopped you to check your phone and the phone just disappeared? Is it that it's the policeman that took it? So the boys came out and they were like, I don't know how this one is going to end. Now, is it that the policeman is being accused or what? I don't know how they are going to end this up, guys. So these are some of the latest happenings in Nigeria as regards to the protests going on, the insecurity, the kidnapped victims, the general who died and his wife was released questions are being asked. Why did they liberate only the wife, while other Nigerians were still in captivity with her? And people are pointing that possibly the terrorists released them. You know, the terrorists released them to some of these government officials. So, like when Sheikh Gumi came out to say that these people know where the terrorists are, Tinubu knows the names of the terrorists, know their name, know them by location, know them by name. You know, it's being justified now, guys, that the government actually know who these terrorists are, where they are, why they are agitating, why they are doing whatever. Is it agitation? I'll call it. Why they are messing the country up, guys. That is it. Now, like we know, Christopher Musa has come out to say that we cannot have enough weapon to fight the terrorists because of the ongoing the ongoing war going on in Russia and Ukraine, then US, Iran. But thank God, US-Iran war has ended. We just want to see a better Nigeria, guys. We want to see a better Nigeria where they will go and get weapons. Since they say they don't have enough weapons, that's why Nigerians are suffering. They should kukuma go and get one and come and fight this insecurity to a standstill. Because if not, people will not be able to vote in 2027. Elections may not hold in 2027 because these terrorists are going to destabilize everywhere. You can imagine sending a corps member to one of these villages, you know, to go and do all these election stuffs. Guys, it will not be easy, especially with the level of insecurity we are seeing now. And our borders are not being controlled. That's why these terrorists are coming in from different parts of the world, and they are coming into Nigeria, taking over Nigeria because they feel Nigeria belongs to them, is their God-given land, like they used to claim. Guys, I just hope that the security agents begin to do the needful, because as it stands now, this country is not safe for anybody. Now you can see how sophisticated the weapons the terrorists are carrying are, but our military always use outdated armory, as in things that are no longer in vogue. Those are the things. So all the money we budget in military, you might be wondering, what are they even using it for? You can't even see, guys. You can't see. The failure cycle, military clears an area, no governance follow. ISWAP returns in week, military clears again, the cycle repeats. Breaking this cycle requires civilian capacity, not just firepower. This is coming from somebody who understands what the military is going through. They said if the military liberate a community and then the community is just left like that, the terrorists will return again and rebuild. And then the military will still go. And you know, recently, these terrorists invaded one of the military camps and they beheaded some of our soldiers, guys. So the Nigerian military is really paying a lot of prices. But just that we have some saboteurs among them, guys. That is it, you know. Okay, according to the Hausa Forum release on 15, that was yesterday, their stance on Nigerian insecurity crisis recommends citizens to legally acquire arms for self-defense, decimated by Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay, the Northerners are saying Nigerians should be allowed to carry arms. That is what some of them are saying. Now, look at these people. Look at how sophisticated they are, you know, in terms of the kind of weapons they carry. Our Nigerian military, some of them have not tasted any of these weapons yet. But see how they get the money, who is sponsoring them. I'm just wondering why the Nigerian intelligence have not been able to find out who is sponsoring these people. Anyway, the list that was given to Nigeria by UAE, we were told that they are going to sanction them. We are yet to see them do that, guys. Recently, Tinubu released the names of those sponsoring security. But we've not seen any active step being taken to prosecute, you know, and there were names that people were wondering why those names were in the list, as if the list is different from what the UAE gave to Nigeria. So this person here says many of the so-called Nigerians don't even know that these Fulani terrorists are the people ruling them. That is why they are being slaughtered on a daily basis, and the so-called government can't do anything. Honestly, these people will just wake up, enter a community and tell the community to give them 40 million naira. If you don't give us, you can't go to your farm. And the community will be running helter-skelter because they don't want their crops to get spoiled. They will go and borrow the money and pay the terrorists. Then when they harvest, they will sell. and then go and refund the payment, only for them to have farmed for that season. That farming season was meant for the terrorists, guys. You see it? That is what Nigerians are going through. Now, this one says, if Tinubu government claim it cannot buy weapons to protect Nigerians due to global conflict, it should also explain how terrorists smuggle sophisticated weapons into Nigeria, General Somto, which is true. Myself, I've just wondered, don't they know where the terrorists are buying their own? If it's in black market, they should go and buy now, because these terrorists, the kind of machine these people are carrying, I don't even know. You may sometimes you know that you've never seen this one before. So where are the terrorists getting all the Fulanis? When you see them, if they are in thousand, everybody has a gun. But Nigerian government is complaining that they don't have enough weapons. How many times have they invaded the Nigerian military base and carted away with our weapon? Burnt our vehicles and all. Anyone they can't carry, they set it on fire on several occasions. This is why the insecurity keep lingering, guys. We are losing a lot, to these terrorists. We are really losing a lot, guys, Man reveals several qualities NDC presidential candidate Peter Obi has that set him apart from other politicians. Let me play this video for you.
A very good question. People are agitating for Peter Obi because Peter Obi left Anambra without owing anybody salary. Peter Obi left Anambra with a lot of money on ground for the incoming governor to make use of it.
Peter Obi everywhere, especially from the younger people.
Yes.
What is that special thing about Peter Obi that other presidential candidates do not have? Good.
You have asked a very good question. People are agitating for Peter Obi because Peter Obi have done it when he was in Anambra State. I'll give you a typical example. I'm not an Igbo man. I'm an Idoma man from Benue State. They call us North Central, some call us Middle Belt. When you're talking about Peter Obi issue, Peter Obi is somebody that will do this and will tell the next person, go and verify, go and confirm. How many of our presidents today will tell you, this transaction I have done, go and verify it, and you will go and you get it clear the same way. Peter Obi associates with both Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, and every region. Peter, the way he's doing his things, is somebody that when they were talking about fuel subsidy removal, he was among the people that said, I'm going to remove fuel subsidy. Yes, but what is your plan before you remove the subsidy? He's somebody that could have put a dramatic plan that, okay, before I remove subsidy, let me increase people's salary. Let me balance this aspect. Let me balance the people that are doing petty trade on the road, so that when I remove the fuel subsidy, I can be able to manage them. The money generated from the fuel subsidy, we can be able to channel it to a particular aspect. This money they have removed from subsidy, where is the money being channeled to? Up to now, they are still borrowing. And they are borrowing, they are not using the money to develop the country for you and I. The money they are borrowing, rather they are sharing it within themselves. They are still looting the money. So what is the essence of you removing subsidy that you cannot balance the economy? Peter Obi is somebody that will stand up. When he was in Anambra State, we remember that Anambra was like, before he get to Anambra State as governor, Anambra was behind in terms of education. But when he get there, what did he do? He raised the Anambra education aspects. Peter Obi left Anambra without owing anybody salary. Peter Obi left Anambra with a lot of money on ground for the incoming governor to make use of it. Continue from where I stopped. The idiot Obiano that took over from him, loot the whole money, and went away to one certain island to go and live. Today is not in the country. So people are agitating for Peter because they believe he's a youth. He understands what is happening, the trend in the country, and is ready to unite everybody. He's ready to work. They say a clear accusation, a clear conscience, fear no accusation. That is Peter for you. Peter is ever ready for you to challenge him, and he will come out and clear himself. Peter is not one of them that you will criticize and tomorrow they will pick you and lock you. When Peter was an Anambra governor, Peter was being impeached twice because he did not dance to the tune of the carcass. But at the end of the day, he was victimized and he came out successfully. So we believe if Peter is being voted as a president today, he can still do the same thing replicate what he has done in Anambra in Nigeria today.
So, guys, you heard him well. That is just the man called Peter Gregory Obi. Take it or leave it. He's somebody who has sold, greed. He doesn't have anything like greed, guys. He just wants to serve the people. Now, this headline has a former APC Deputy National Publicity Secretary, Timmy Frank, says plans to deregister opposition parties threaten democracy, urges international intervention to protect Nigeria's political space. If Tinubu eventually deregisters this party, I think it's going to cause a whole lot of chaos in the country. So they should just allow it to be. Guys, this Nigerian has been applauded for how he stood against South African threats. But although his standing did not
what I was trying to say, some of you are from here in Jerusalem. You know when the Chinese was running this shop. It was when the Chinese was running this shop, the Chinese have one worker or two workers. But since I started running this shop, I created an opportunity for about 20-something South Africans who are working here recently. You understand? I created the opportunity for about 30-something to 20-something South Africans who are working here recently. Am I lying? Am I lying what I'm saying? Am I lying? Am I lying? No, I have permits.
Let's keep it short.
Yes.
We don't want any foreigner to run any business here, including you. So today you're closing. We've been telling you. Today we're closing.
So they are telling him to close, that no foreigner should run a business in South Africa. Even though the man said he has created I've created for more than 30 South Africans. I have created opportunity for more than 30 South Africans since I started running this shop. I have all the legal documents and I will not leave until a directive from the government. So the man is lamenting on how he has set up and built this business. He has close to 30 employees and he's being asked to close his business. Guys, Nigerians are really going through hell. Because the question is, if you return home, you don't even know if you are going to survive the next moment. Only the insecurity alone is a threat to everybody. Nobody is free. The governor of Edo State said they can kidnap all of them. They can kidnap all of them, even him, that even if the terrorists kidnap him, no worry, provided they vote for Tinubu. Can you imagine? The man has gone a little bit colo at this time for a sitting governor to publicly be saying that the terrorists can kidnap even him, the governor, who is the security chief of the state. He said the terrorists can take even him, provided the state votes for Tinubu. He doesn't care if the terrorists kidnap him. Obedient Movement condemned court order to scrap ADC for other parties. Obedient Movement has lent its voice in condemning the move of the government to deregister some parties. In my 4 years as president, Nigeria will generate and distribute at least 10,000 megawatts of electricity. There must be a functional and well-manned primary healthcare system in all our 8,809 wards in Nigeria, and my target is 10,000. Peter Obi says, guys, this man, his brain now is like computer. Mathematics is something that Peter Obi is known for, guys. He will just sit down and do his calculation and tell you his figures. Millions of naira worth goods destroyed as fire got popular hair vendor building in Abuja. Guys, in this Tinubu's hard economy, people's businesses are being burnt, People's businesses are being burnt. Now, let's listen to English Alahaji. He always brings news from northern Nigeria as regards to insecurity.
In the evening, our security force, mainly the police, Nigerians. So yesterday, being the 15th of June, 2026, in the evening, around 6 to 7 in the evening, our security force, mainly the police, Nigerian police force, so we are trying to escort people like traders that are trapped in Anka for days because Bagija was under siege by bandits. I don't know if I pronounced that thing well. That's a community well, sorry. Bajiga or Bajiga. But the spelling is B-A-G-E-G-A. That's the spelling. B-A-G-E-G-A. So this town has been under siege for days by bandits. You don't understand? So the people that we are going to that town, they had to stop in Anka. All these things were happening in Zamfara State. So they had to stop in Anka to wait. Make waiting they happen there first cool down. Because you know go here say fire they burn for here. You they go that place fire they burn. So as the say bandit don't did that community, they operate for this. These people when they go the traders, everybody many they just come pack themselves for Anchor, stay there for days. So as that place don't cool down small, so they won't go back to the Bagija where they go before. So security personnel, our police force can say, okay, make we escort una go to a place. You don't understand because maybe these guys they are around the corner. As they come, they carry them, they go. Unfortunately, this one pay me. These guys can go step on this IED explosion. Now once that thing take explode, broski, we lost so many police officers. The team paying me well. We lost so many of our police officers. See their image here. So many of them. I tell you, so many of them lost their life. As they just want to escort the people that we are trapped in Anchor to Bagija. This thing explode. That's so they take, lose their life. And after that explosion, these terrorists, they now came out, setting this thing on fire.
Alhamdulillah Rabbi. Gashi. Some jakkane mai gida kubu ne. Ga suna sai fata-fata. Ƙwarai. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah mun samu nasarar kunkuru ta bakin aiki ya kyau ya masu fata-fata yan duro ba kare dan akwai aiki ga da nan ga hetar nan ka samu Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin kun kayan su ga suna yan buru ba kunkuru.
So guys, you see, these are Muslims killing Muslims and in the course of it, shouting Alhamdulillah, or what, how do they even say it? You see what's happening in Nigeria, guys? And you won't even see any form of reaction, real reaction coming from the security agents. That these people were waiting to be saved. The police came to help them, but see how they ended up. The terrorists have, it's just like Zambiza Forest. You know why the military has not taken over Zambiza Forest? We were told that the terrorists have planted these mines all over the places. So it's difficult for them to. If that is the case, there are drones that can go in there and do this job. You must not use human power to do everything in a war front. I don't know if Nigeria can ever learn from Russia and Ukraine. Russia and Ukraine war is really a lesson that many people should go and read, guys. Now, look at what the speaker is saying. See what Abbas said. Nigerian security challenges requires fresh brain for rethinking security. Speaker Abbas says existing strategies have failed, guys. This is exactly what I keep saying in this channel, guys, that the Tinubu is surrounded by people who are supposed to be on retirement. These people are not supposed to be in government. Even if you are to be in government, it should be a government that is working, not Nigeria that faces so much challenges. Tinubu should have a committee of people that are grouped in different groups. Their job is just to sit down and think out new strategies, both in security, in economy. That is their job, is just sit, wake, read books, analyze, get information, come to the table, discuss new things we can do, guys. Discuss new things. The things that are there, they have been there. Nothing is working. No changes. No changes. Now they are saying they cannot go in. Sometimes you ask them, they say they cannot. The former minister, defense minister, said their bomb cannot get to where the terrorists are in the forest before he left. That is what somebody is saying. So you are telling me that if these terrorists were to be in America, America will say their bomb cannot penetrate where the terrorists are. It's just because there's no political will to fix this country. Everybody in the APC is all about their pockets. You don't get those people who just want to serve this country, even if they don't make money. That kind of leaders, you don't see them among the APC people. All they know, like people like Umahi, them who will come out and be boasting that they are now big. They are now big boys. Before they became governor, they were small. Now they are big. What is the bigness all about? Their pocket, that their bank account have grown. They are building hotels all over the places and making as if they are going to live on this planet Earth forever. Nobody is thinking of real impact. Do you know Umahi went to the Southeast and told them that Tinubu is like a consensus candidate for the Igbos, as in it's Tinubu, only Tinubu that the Igbos will vote. Can you imagine that? Because he is looking for his own pocket. If he's not looking for his own pocket, he knows how there is no federal government presence in the Southeast. He won't talk about those things. He served under Buhari 8 years. And he's serving under Tinubu now. What have this APC government done for the Southeast? It's all about their pocket. Umahi will come to them and be bragging because he knows his pocket has grown fat. You don't have leaders who are self-centered, who are selfless. You just have self-centered human beings in the APC. Now, this man is saying that Nigerian security challenges require fresh brains, that their own has rust, is full of rust. That is why we all must understand that, see, the APC has nothing good to offer this country. The earlier you know it, the better. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar says court judgment targets opposition and fuels fear of one-party state. That's what he is saying. He has also lent his voice in terms of what is actually. Now, you know, the terrorists captured some of the vigilantes and killed them. That still points to the government should ensure these vigilantes are well-equipped, guys. Look at the faces of those that were killed. The Hausa boys, you know, killed by Fulanis. This person here said, these are the faces of some of our Hausa vigilante groups that were killed by Fulani terrorist group yesterday, guys. You see what we are saying? The Fulanis are the ones, when you hear that terrorists invaded the north and you say, okay, it's northerners and northerners. No. These are Fulanis, some of them coming from Mali, Niger, and Senegal, and all those places. They believe Nigeria is rich. They kidnap one person, you make money. They will just be entering the country and they are destabilizing the northern state. And because the governors are all Fulanis, that's why you don't see much reactions coming from them. You see what the southern Kaduna people are going through. There is a guy in jail now who came out to fight against the terrorists coming to attack their community. They arrested him and put him in jail. He has been sentenced to death. Zidane, if you still remember him, because he is a Christian who wanted to challenge the Fulani terrorists. But under the government of Malam El-Rufai, he was jailed till now. This new governor has not even bring him out. He was jailed, as in your people are being attacked, and then you now came out to say, no, we are going to fight. Guess what? They now picked you and jailed you. The Hausas are the ones suffering it the most in this country, honestly. Because all the attacks happening in Katsina, in Zamfara, in Sokoto, in all those places, they are against the Hausas, who are the original owners of the land. The Fulanis are coming in to take over. Now they are just killing, maiming the northerners. And the worst part is these northerners don't speak up. These Hausas, they are so quiet. They are so calm with all the menace being put on them. They don't shake body, they don't protest, they don't make video, they don't talk, and the terrorists keep ravaging them. Guys, a whole lot is happening in this country. So these are the faces of those who were killed. These are all Hausa youths who took the job of vigilante in their community only for them to be killed, guys. You see how young they are. Only for them to be killed by these Fulani terrorists. Really so sad. And if they have families now, the government will not even pay attention. You saw the woman whose husband was kidnapped in Oyo State. The husband is among the teachers. She was begging the state governor for help. Maybe she doesn't have money to eat. Her children don't have money to feed. They are going to school and all that. And her husband, I believe, is the sole breadwinner of the family. The woman was begging the governor, please, we need help. Because possibly they can't even afford bread for children to drink tea and go to school. So you can see the menace that these terrorists are causing the country. And we are condoning it, guys. It is high time everybody stand up to say enough is enough of the calamity these people are bringing to this country. The IMF has said that the Nigerian naira remains undervalued by 25.6% despite recent gain against the United States dollar following the federal government foreign exchange reform. So our currency is still down. That's why it's worth nothing. When you take it to the market, you can't even buy much and the money will just finish, guys. Anyway, I'm going to stop this session here because there's always something to see on the internet as regards to Nigeria is a drama scene. Every day there is news. The bitter truth, we Northerners have failed this country. I swear it. For too long, we have refused to confront the insecurity ravaging our land. Yet now, God has sent very dark man to fight on our behalf in Abuja, doing what we were supposed to have done ourselves. Our insecurity continues to escalate. As insecurity continues to escalate across northern Nigeria, some celebrities are flogging to Abuja to show support for the president. So this is a cleric from the northern Nigeria now applauding the very dark man that this is what they were supposed to do, that the very dark man is coming to do for them. Now, people feel the Northerners are very complicit when it comes to, you know, they are very, as in, they are okay with the insecurity, because if you are not okay, tell me why you will not sit up and protest, you know. Now, Malawi people are challenging the South Africans over their xenophobic attack. Say Malawians have dared xenophobic South African mob not to force them out of the country, stating that they are willing to retaliate against any violent attack or pressure directed at the Malawian community. Guys, this is strength, you know, this is strength. Nigerians are not putting that. I don't know why Nigerians have not come together today. The problem with Nigeria is that South Africa will not even value Nigeria because they know we have a very weak president. We have a very weak leader. You know, that is why they are daring us to our faces and nobody is talking anything. So, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the headlines. Please do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification, like it so that YouTube can show it to other people. And if you've not subscribed, why not subscribe so that I will be bringing you more headlines as to what is happening in Nigeria. Yesterday, we saw this video where Fulani terrorists, their camps were being destroyed. This is what I was saying. They come and set up these their small houses, bring their families and put them here. And they are living here, this inside the bush. They'll be living here as in their own community. Then from here, they will go and kidnap. When they kidnap, they will go to another place to keep their kidnapped victims to return back later, you know, to their community and live with their wives while their victims are kept elsewhere waiting for ransom. So when they get the ransom, they will then still come back to live with their community, with their families. So they are using their houses to deceive Nigerians as if they are normal human beings, you know. You will not know they are kidnappers and they kidnap alongside their families. They bring their families, their children, and keep them here and build like a small community. Yesterday, I showed you the one from Asaba, where the community in Asaba discovered that the Fulani has a city inside the forest. They already built their small houses. The place is really big, massive. And their wives and children were living there. The men were not around. Possibly the men went to see all their victims where they've kidnapped them and chained them and kept them. So the police came out and this is the man that spoke, the policeman that spoke, was telling Nigerians what is happening, that the Fulanis will bring in their wives here, their children, and keep them here. And then ransom is their business. When they kidnap their victims, they keep them elsewhere and pretend as if they are normal people when they are not normal people, guys. So it's really so nice that police is the one saying this. I really love it when I saw the video. So it's also a lesson. If you see all this camp in your community, in your environment, just know that they are not there to do you good. They are housing Fulani terrorists who come into people's communities without permission. They take over your land and set up their houses. And from there, they're coming out to kidnap your people and then pretend as if they are normal human beings when they are not, guys. This is it. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's meet in the next live session. God bless you for your time. Have a nice day and bye.